Hello cosmonauts, today we're going to be exploring what Reddit asks. What's a mistake most guys make when trying to get a girlfriend? Answer 1. In my honest experience, the most common mistake is not asking her out. I've seen men flirt for 3 to 8 months with a girl or pine for over a year without ever saying anything to her explicitly. Just like waiting for her to notice, I suppose? Don't do that. If you're interested and think she is, make a move within a month or 2. After that, it gets more awkward to try and change the terms you're acting on. Someone reply,
"As a woman, I've always appreciated it when guys make it clear that what they would like is a romantic relationship, but they are happy to take it slowish and put the effort into getting to know each other within a dating framework. Like spending a few dates building an emotional connection similar to but more intimate than friendship, rather than either not expressing a romantic interest, then blindsiding me months into what I thought was a platonic friends and valued as such, or wanting to jump to a physical relationship and dismissing the need for emotional connection as soon as the date was agreed to."
Answer 2. A lot of us are too scared to make first moves out of fear of ruining a friendship if we're not seen the same way back, because that's usually what happens. It's also why, in a lot of cases, a good chunk of very close platonic female friends for men are lesbians lol, and gay men for straight women. That risk of complication isn't there. Someone reply, "From my experience, I've seen friendships get ruined when one person confesses their feelings to their friend and it's not reciprocated. I have a friend who became single recently after a tough breakup, and within the year 3 different guy friends who she had known for years confessed their love to her, hoping for their chance. All of those friendships have tension now, somewhat ruined, because they thought that making a grand confession of their secret love for her would work in their favor. To me, making a move just means asking someone out on a date. Whether it's for drinks, coffee, or dinner, it's a low-risk ask and fairly direct, and the recipient can simply say yes or no thank you. If someone ends a whole friendship over being asked on a date, then I'd question the strength or depth of the friendship in the first place. Answer 3. Hinking. They need to act like someone they're not to impress a girl. Most of us can tell when you're faking it, and it's such a turnoff. Just be confident in who you are. It's way more attractive than trying to put on a show. Answer 4. Forgetting or not realizing that it's a mutual thing. You can't force it, and neither are you required to. She either likes you or she doesn't. Women aren't some mythical creatures that needs to be tamed. All it needs is chemistry, which leads us to the final point. Be yourself. Being the best possible version of yourself does, of course, help, so try giving that a shot. Answer 5. Pretending to be friends as a step towards a relationship. These are not 2 steps on the same ladder. Most girls would much rather have a genuine friend than someone who pretends to be one to get in their pants. Of course, many guys also get it right, being friends for the sake of friendship, growing feelings after becoming friends, or being romantically involved from the get-go. But rejecting your friend's romantic attempts just for the friendship to die makes you suspicious of every friendly guy afterwards, and oftentimes you are right. Answer 6. Solid advice here. Men need female friends they are truly platonic with, just as women need male platonic friends. Anyone who doesn't agree or understand this has to look inside and work on their social skills. Work, school are areas where it should be easy to make platonic friendships of the opposite gender. If you see everyone of the opposite gender as a potential partner or not a potential partner, and therefore decide to not socially interact with them, you're limiting your community building so much that you are missing out on great friendships and the ability to learn from the stories they share about their own partnerships. Make friends with the older ladies at work, and you will learn so much about what it's like to be a woman. Answer 7. Not noticing if she's interested. This goes both ways too. Some guys will pursue girls that have no romantic interest in them, but are trying to be gentle and not hurting feelings, so they end up wasting time chasing someone they can't be with. Then other guys don't notice the obvious to girls, flirting happening, and end up missing out because they couldn't take a hint. Learn to recognize both ways and respect the choice of the girl making it. Answer 8. Being unattractive. Jokes aside, that is actually wildly true. Attraction comes in many forms, however, so it isn't always about looks. It's also about personality, hygiene, intelligence, behavior. There are tons of things that can make or break someone's attractiveness. You need to cultivate your attractiveness. Read some books, learn a skill, take up a hobby, focus on yourself, and build a self. Don't try to be who you think other people want you to be. Who you want to be will be exactly who someone else is looking for. I am going to sound old, but I also think people need to get off the social media and the dating apps and start going out into the world and meeting people and making friends and memories. It's much easier to know if you are attracted to someone if you actually get to meet them and get to know them, and especially in group settings surrounded by friends. Answer 9. Not giving enough space. Yes, a girl wants to be pursued, but if you try to ask her about her entire day and message her every 5 minutes, it's going to scare her away. I know the chase sucks, but you have to let her come to you just as much as you want to come to her. Answer 10. Using subjective advice from Reddit. Answer 11. I think this is more or less the most important thing, to be sincere, not only with others, but with yourself. Someone reply. This was going to be my exact comment. So many people pretend to be something they're not to be with someone. It never works. If you have different interests, if you have different goals, if you are just different, please do not try to force yourself into a box for anyone. It will only end in heartbreak. I'm dealing with this RN. This man, I told him I wasn't ready for a relationship, but he could tell it's what I wanted in the end, one day, even if years away. Faked what he was the whole way through. Tried to fast forward to what he knew I wanted one day, even though he wasn't ready either. So he played a part and filled a role until I believed it too. Now we're in year 2, he's someone completely different. Nothing like what I fell in love with, and I'm not even sure where he got this idea from, or who the fuck he truly is. We don't match now or ever again, because he can't keep up the act anymore, and I have absolutely no idea who he is. Wasted 2 years. Ex-husband faked that he was child-free for a decade, hoping I'd change my mind. Spoiler, I didn't. Told him at 18 I didn't want any, and held that way the decade we were together. Dumbass. Just don't fucking do it. It's stupid. Answer 12. There's a very pretentious culture going on these days. People pretending they are more than they are. Guys do it. Girls do it. That's why it takes so long to finally figure out who you're dating. Sometimes it's years or a divorce later. You need situations, give a reactionary take to see who they are or who they can be. How angry do they get, flustered, or maybe they are cool as a cucumber like a EMS rescue worker. Check to see how people they know receive them, and that is one clue. Do they trust them, dismiss them, detest them? People are quirky. That was enough for today, cosmonaut. I'll wait for you in the next travel.